Welcome back to Same But Different, and welcome to October. Yes. It's spooky season, and we're kicking off spooky season with a review of a brand new sci-fi horror movie called No One Will Save You. Just got released on Disney Plus and Hulu, an alien invasion movie mostly revolving around one person, one actor, and with a maximum of 2 lines of dialogue, of which it's just a repeated line, really. So really 1 line of dialogue. One girl, she's kind of a recluse, and aliens come down and invade Earth, and it's about her defending her house against them. So let's get to it. Brody, what did you think of No One Will Save You?
Well, I liked it.
Okay.
That's my review. On to you, Derek.
All right. So what I thought about this movie.
What a cool movie. What a
Yeah.
cool movie. It's so rare these days to have a really well done alien invasion movie. I just think that's why it always stands out. When one comes out, I'm always really into it because so many come out and so many aren't good. It was very straightforward and somehow also littered with originality and things worth talking about. I don't know. I really liked it. Spoiler alert. We could start with the film's shining achievement, in my opinion, and that is Kaitlyn Dever. Holy shit. Not since Ryan Reynolds in Buried have I been this captivated by an actor's performance when they're it. That's it, right? She is the movie. Like, that's why I attribute it to Buried, because that's all you get in that is Ryan Reynolds. You just have Kaitlyn Dever. She doesn't speak. There's 3 words. She gets 3 words. Granted, Derek says twice. I don't remember that. I just remember 1. And everything else you get from her is expressions. I was going to say micro expressions, but they're seldom micro. They're very large. Fear and pantomime and reactions and... Okay, hold on. Arya is going fucking nuts upstairs right now.
Your last word was pantomime, and I was like, what?
Those reasons alone make this movie worth checking out. Despite what this movie is, if you want to be just crazy impressed with an actor and somebody's performance on screen, watch this movie. Another thing I think this movie did really well is the aliens themselves. In part, they were... I said impart, not in.
As you were imparting information to us.
Yeah. They were the cliche aliens we've seen in a million other movies, but they found a way to make them stand out and not just be like, oh, I've seen this before. Like, yes, they're the tiny, lanky little gray things with big, beady eyes, but...
Here's the thing, though. Yes, we've seen them a lot. However, we haven't seen them in a very long time. Lately, it's been tentacles or robots or giant bugs or big, huge teeth and monstrous. We haven't seen little green/gray alien dudes in a while.
But they also added so much originality to this stereotypical alien with like the weird hand feet and like the vomiting of a tentacle blob that floats through the air and like their speedy exorcist runs down the hallway. And the fact that our lead character was able to fight them off and even kill some of them. This is the same fruit fly from last week. I swear to God. She can fight aliens and I can't fight fruit flies. It's ridiculous.
Get him.
I can't. It keeps eluding me. But yeah, the fact that she was able to actually fight these things instead of always just running away, like she kicked ass. And that's rare in these kinds of movies. I feel like you're always hiding from aliens, not fighting them.
It's funny, a lot of the kills, I think there were 3 main kills, and they were all more or less accidental.
Yeah.
Or like circumstantial, I guess. It was never her like saying like, all right, I'm going to fight and kill these guys. You know, it was...
Defense.
She was put in a situation and she took advantage of the opportunities.
I think the special effects were really, really fascinating, especially because I know that the budget wasn't that big. And sometimes you could, like, obviously it was CGI, they're aliens, but like it looked so creepy and beautiful a lot of the time.
Most notably, in my opinion, the beams that shot down from the saucers.
Oh, so cool.
When it hits you and it freezes you.
Yeah, the one where the guy falls backwards. I thought he was going to get like half of his body was going to get sucked up into it, but it didn't get gory. But the plot was simple. But it decided to add in character work that we didn't necessarily need in a movie like this. The score was unsettling and used in all the right places, and it was just, you know? I'm conflicted with my only gripe because it's also something I want to praise this movie for, and it is the lack of dialogue. Like, they saved... I'm sorry, Maud, for a very important scene, and it worked really well because that was isolated in the movie, like she was isolated in her own home, it was cool. But there were times where it didn't work, and it felt really awkward and inhumane, and like when she met Maud's parents in the police station. That was really awkward. The mom spits in her face, the dad like opens his mouth and then does like an anime grunt and walks away. I feel like they could have reworked those scenes to, maybe the parents saw her through the police station window and they all just kind of understood it in each other's eyes. then there would be no use or no reason for talking. But when you're face to face with someone like that, you speak. It's just what happens. I loved the ending. I read a lot of reviews for this movie because I was very curious, and it was very split, and a lot of people really, really disliked the third act, and I think most of the people just didn't understand it. There was a lot of, what the fuck, way to ruin everything. Oh, it defeats the purpose. I don't get it. That doesn't make it a bad ending. That means you didn't get it. I really liked the ending. I thought it was really, really cool. The fact that, like, they didn't need to brainwash her because all she wanted was for everyone to like her. Really cool that she could be part of the alien army without having to be probed and brainwashed into it. She just already was there, and that's what made her happy in the end. That's crazy. All in all, I loved it. I honestly would recommend this to anybody who appreciates like experimental movies, and obviously anybody who just likes a good alien flick. I was surprised how much I like it, and I gave it 8.5 crop circles out of 10.
8.5.
I had a 9 written down, and I'm like, I cannot call this movie a 9. I want to, but I just can't. I feel like all my other 9s blow this movie out of the water, so I had to bring it down a little bit. But I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Cool. Great review. I'm glad you liked it. Very impromptu. If anybody remembers, last week we said we were going to be watching Haunted Mansion. I really liked it too.
Yeah.
I really liked it too. It had so much of an original feeling to it, yet what I was watching was just a good old-fashioned alien invasion movie. The aliens having the hand feet or whatever, and the 3 different types of aliens. There's like the attack dogs, like the little ones.
Yeah, the little,
like the big spider ones.
Those, yeah, the little attack one. I know you haven't played a lot of Dead by Daylight, but it reminded me of the twins from Dead by Daylight, that little baby who runs around and jumps on you.
Oh, wow. It reminded me of the little pygmy mummies from The Mummy 2.
Oh,
The Mummy Returns.
I didn't even... Yeah.
The acting was incredible. The directing was incredible. It's a perfect hour and a half. So much so by the end of it, I was like, ooh, I want more. I loved the aliens. I'm a huge fan of aliens. And like I said, we've been getting a lot of monstrous aliens lately. These ones were humanoid, little gray, some very tall gray aliens, you know, the typical ones with the big black eyes, and they were super intelligent to the point of, you know, telekinesis, and they had their own language. That was really cool. Their purpose was to come down and invade and take over humanity. Most times lately, we've been getting alien movies where they come down and their intent is to destroy humanity. This one is to take over humanity and like almost keep them as pets or sources of entertainment, I guess, while they hover above. They're just watching everybody just do their thing down below. I think that's kind of cool. My jaw hit the floor when she stabbed that guy in the alien in the head for the first time.
With like the school church bell or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Insane.
My
I know.
jaw dropped because in a movie like this, you just don't expect this tiny, defenseless little girl, not little girl, but you don't expect her to first thing kill one of the main antagonists and scary monsters of the movie. It completely thwarted your expectations. I was like, whoa, okay, what are we in for here?
Combat alone, it was so much fun. When they telekinesis her door off and it hit her and she went flying, I was like, what the fuck? It was really well done.
There were only a couple of things I had, I don't know, rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if they're entirely gripes, but one is the fact that the entirety of the town thinks that she's a terrible person. I just don't think that would be true. I understand how it's true in the world of the story. Like her mom was her only friend, and then she loses her mom. She has nobody. And I understand how it had to be that way. I just don't think in real life that a 12-year-old girl who accidentally kills one of her friends would be completely shunned by the entirety of the town.
Well, it's
I understand.
A small town, and it's the police chief's daughter.
I know. I understand everything like that. But I'm gonna say there's gonna be at least a handful of people that are like, oh no, it's okay. Like, she's just a little girl. Like, I don't know. It just seemed kind of far fetched that an entire town would damn this girl to hermetism.
Is that a word?
I don't know. No, maybe.
I like it.
We say a lot of things on this show.
Yeah.
The other thing is the ending. I liked it. I did. I didn't understand it fully at first, and I don't think I still do because there are so many different interpretations. Like the interpretation you just gave me was different than how I took it.
Oh, okay.
The way I initially took it was you go through the montage of the vignettes of the past, how they access her brain, and then the aliens get to see what happened. She has this internal struggle and very brief journey of apologizing to herself, almost like forgiving herself. I feel like the aliens see it. You get the shot of the alien afterwards who like tilts his head a little bit, understanding that she's felt remorse, she feels regret, she's a genuine kind person, and that's why they let her go. Maybe they sucked up everybody else too, and they saw that they couldn't atone for everything that they've done, so they took them over. I don't know. I didn't interpret it the way you did.
I don't know if I would like your version, just because that makes her like a Christ figure almost. Like everybody else the aliens have ever done this with aren't worthy, and she is. That I don't know.
Well, in the town, we don't know about the whole world.
I suppose. I thought there was only that one way to interpret it, but that's because that's how I interpreted it, right? So,
which brings me to my point. It wasn't exactly a clear ending, and in a movie like this, not that I wanted a clear ending, but I expected one. Right down to the last shot of her smiling straight into the camera, it just took a weird experimental The Shining type of turn that I wasn't expecting. I'm still sitting with it, and I don't know how to feel about it. I kind of want to watch it again. I just don't know how to feel about the ending, and that's where I'm at. Right now, I'm sitting at a 7.5 crop circles out of 10, but the more I sit with it, and if I can understand and wrap my head around what I like about the ending or what I want to believe about the ending, that could probably be bumped up to an 8, to be honest.
It was one of those movies where I was watching it, I'm like, this is a movie we both like. That just is, you know?
Oh, I also want to say the plant and payoffs in the movie were incredible. Like, in the beginning, you see her with a box cutter or a lighter doing something normal, and then those come back later when she has to defend herself.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk briefly about the title. No One Will Save You. Does that sound familiar? I forget what the quote is, but it's a literature quote, or some famous person said it, but like, no one will save you but yourself is the full quote. And I think that's the message of the movie. Like, only you can save yourself from yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that was the whole atonement thing that she had to go through.
Charles Bukowski?
There you go. Yeah, that sounds familiar. No One Will Save You. Have you seen the movie? Please let us know what you think about it if you've watched it. If you haven't, based on these recommendations and this review, please go watch it because it's very good. I don't think we spoiled too much about it, to be honest. Maybe an alien death here or there, but let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. I can't say it enough. I love spooky season. I love me some horror movies.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Yeah. Are you dancing?
Sort of.
Okay, because I am. Just with my shoulders mainly, though.
Yeah, dude.
We got to figure out what we're going to watch for the rest of the month. So let's do next week. Let's bring out the spooky Hat of Destiny.
Oh, boo. Doot, 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 doot. Next week, we are watching The Boogeyman.
Ooh, Stephen King's The Boogeyman, based on a short story, I believe, from Stephen King.
The Boogeyman, still reeling from the tragic death of their mother, a teenage girl and her younger sister find themselves plagued by a sadistic presence in their house and struggle to get their grieving father to pay attention before it's too late.
Oh man, another tale of the adults not believing in the kids.
Oh shit. Directed by Rob Savage, who has done nothing of note.
Next week, watch The Boogeyman 2023, not the 2005 one. Remember that one?
Yeah, that's just Boogeyman, though.
Right. Well,
I remember the scariest part of that movie is when a crow flies into his windshield and nothing to do with the Boogeyman.
Yeah, it's right at the beginning.
Yeah,
that's it.
at the funeral or whatever, right? Yeah.
Watch The Boogeyman. Come back next Monday and review it with us, or listen to our review and then type in your own thoughts and comments down below. We love interacting with you. We love watching movies and talking with you about movies. If you liked all of this, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we will do more. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you. I hope you don't get probed by aliens.
Oh, man, I want to so badly, though.
Okay.
Bye.